Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, attended Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knickerbockers. And for that, he was emphatically booed. I ain't got no problem with that. Check it out, fam. Family, you have never in your life heard that much noise while the Star-Spangled Banner was being sung. Granted, the Star-Spangled Banner is a horrible song written by a racist, uncivilized mutt, Francis Scott Key. But in any event, this dude shows up somewhere he's unwanted. Why go, man? Why go and ruin everybody else's moment? Why go and jinx the Knicks? I mean, that's good for me because I'm a Texan. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm riding for San Antonio, man. But anyway, man, for the Knicks fans out there, I know y'all didn't want to see all of that. He's going to throw off the rhythm. Yeah. Now, the Knicks are doing good so far. They're up right now, 5 points, but I don't think they're going to win this game. I think that it was when you consider all of the added pressure and Trump coming through and they got to be at the arena 2 hours before the game, and they got to deal with family members and friends who was coming to the games, having their arrangements rearranged. They got to communicate with people and give them extra security measures or tell them there's a different protocol now. All of this stuff throws off your rhythm, and it's going to have some type of effect on them. Now, they're playing like it's not going to have an effect on them right now, but I suspect that perhaps by the end of the game, it'll show. I don't think the Knicks is going to win this game. Now, there's no slight against y'all, man. New York Knicks, they got a good team this round. They look like they can do it. They look like they can get it done. They've been winning a lot of games in a row. I think they've won 13, 14 playoff games in a row or something like that, or games in a row, including playoffs. No, I think it's playoff games. Yeah, that's a lot of games to win in a row in the playoffs. I mean, the playoffs, gets down to the best of the best. So for them to be able to do that, that is extremely impressive. But why would Trump go to that game knowing nobody likes him? Nobody likes this dude. Nobody. I never thought in my lifetime I would see a president that was as disliked as George W. Bush. I didn't think it was possible. But Trump proved me wrong. Nobody likes this dude. Not even the people that surround him every day kissing his butt. And speaking of his butt, they say that is stinky. But anyway, that's too personal for me to be talking about. I shouldn't be talking about stuff like that. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. So let me go to something else. Anyway, fam, yeah, dude goes up there and get himself booed. Booed, emphatically booed by, 20-some thousand people? This is ridiculous, man. Nobody likes him. He's the president of the United States of America, and nobody likes him. Not even Americans. He started off his presidency with, I don't know, probably at least close to half. No, I don't think it was close to half. But I would say he probably had a good maybe 30% of Americans behind him. I say 30, even though he won the election. I only say 30 because he stole the election. So the election was fixed. They got, I say they got a good 30 million people out there, maybe 20 million uncivilized mutts that voted for him because they like the idea of racism and rolling back civil rights legislation and social gains. They like that. They like the idea of subjugating, oppressing, and discrimination, all that kind of stuff, which they knew that Trump was going to double down on. So, yeah, all you uncivilized mutts, how y'all doing out there? Yeah, I hear a lot of y'all struggling financially. Yeah, yeah. Not talking about everybody else. I'm talking about the Trump fans directly. Trump fans. I'm talking to y'all, you Trump supporters. How you doing out there? Have you become a billionaire yet? Did you get that money? This is what I don't understand, fam. How does a person believe that someone who's a billionaire is going to enrich their life if they're poor? How do they believe a billionaire can enrich their life? How do they even believe that a billionaire even cares about their life? You know who billionaires make their money off? The poor. Yeah. If you look at basketball right now, everybody's watching the NBA finals. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Most of those guys are filthy rich. NBA. All of them are millionaires. All of them are millionaires. But you know who pay for the majority of those tickets? Working class people. Working class. It ain't rich people. Probably the percentage of rich people that are at that game. Well, let me back up. The rich people come out for the playoffs, but still, regular people get those tickets, and man, they spend their last money. They'll use their last money to give somebody in their family a gift for their birthday, Father's Day or whatever. People go out of their way to buy tickets to get to sports games. So the overwhelming majority of people who attend sports games are just regular working class people. It is not millionaires and billionaires. Yeah. Now the millionaires and billionaires got the front seat, got the courtside seats. But all of those other thousands of seats that are filled in those stadiums and those arenas are filled by regular working class people. Now, how in the hell do you think, if you are working class people, that Trump was going to be able to really relate to you? The only thing a lot of y'all got in common with Trump is the fact that he's a human being, and I say that cautiously. I use the word human being cautiously because this dude is a devil's advocate. Got himself booed. Y'all want to see it again? Check it out. Somebody said that's to be expected in New York, but if he was in Texas, it wouldn't have happened like that. If he was in Houston, Texas, his ass would have got booed. See, that's what y'all better understand. Some of y'all ain't never been to Houston. Some of y'all be watching too much TV. Some of y'all think that every city in Texas is the same. Houston is a different beast. Yeah, Houston is totally different. If he'd have brought his ass to Houston, if he had shown up at the Toyota Center, he would have gotten booed even louder than he got booed in New York. Now, maybe he can go somewhere else, like, I don't know, Austin, maybe Dallas, like Dallas got some of them good old boys out there like that. Now, we don't do that out here in Houston. Yeah, he definitely would have gotten booed up in Houston. Houston is a different beast. How do you go somewhere and disrupt? Like, to me, I just think that it's really selfish of somebody like him knowing that he's going to cause a disruption. Do you know that he had half of the damn NYPD outside of Madison Square Garden just sitting around telling jokes and stuff? They sitting around cracking jokes and laughing and going on. They ain't got nothing to do, just standing around. They told the people that had the watch parties and stuff, there was people that had watch parties outside of the state, outside of the arena, they couldn't be around there. They just threw off everybody's plans just because of him. Somebody who was the person that was the most unwelcome person in the entire arena, in the entire city, shows up to the game and disrupt the game, disrupt the flow, disrupt the order. But it's on par with his arrogance. It's on par with his self-absorbed nature. Let's check this out right here. See what they're saying right here. Look at that, fam. Look at that headline. Look at that headline. Donald Trump booed at Madison Square Garden as he makes history as first sitting president to attend NBA Finals game. Madison Square Garden in New York. Now, he's from New York. Can you imagine, fam? Look, something like that would never happen to me in my hometown. H-Town is my hometown. Something like that would never, ever, ever happen to me in Houston. In fact, in Houston, it would be the absolute opposite. It would be the absolute opposite because everybody in Houston know I love Houston and I represent it well. And I give a lot of love, so I get it back. He in his own hometown getting booed like that. If you can't get no love in your hometown, like the people in his home, these are people that know him best, can't stand him. This is why he out here bombing stuff. This is why he be grabbing them by the PUS. Yeah. This is why he up there looking at them little people that's like under 3 feet. Yeah. This is why he's so angry. This is why he wakes up every single day angry. He wants revenge against the world because growing up, even though he had money and privilege, he was a nothing. Even with all that money and privilege, nobody liked him. The girls couldn't stand him. I heard he used to try to date the girls, and he'd try to say, like, speak to a girl, and he'd be like, hey, how you doing? Get your ugly, raggedy, stank ass out my face. I mean, this is what they were saying. I don't know if that happened, but I bet you something like that happened. I bet you it was something similar to that happened. Like, I bet you the girls be on the phone talking about him like, yeah, hey, Donnie likes you. Donald, who? Donald Trump. Who is that? I never heard of him. You know, the guy with the money. It's not enough money in the world for me to date that guy. His breath stinks. Yeah, but I really need you to do me a favor and sleep with him because I want to get a car. He'll buy both of us a car. He's not, why would he do that? Why would he be interested in me and buy you a car? Because he's a loser. Okay? Come on, just do it. Just do it. Just hold your breath and close your eyes. Hold your breath and close your eyes, baby. Where them Trump fans at? I know y'all watch. I know you watch. You always watch. Yeah. Yeah, let me go back to this article. Let's see what they said here. Donald Trump made it to Madison Square Garden on Monday night. Trump, a native New Yorker, attended Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs in Manhattan on Monday. The president was seated for the game in a box above the first bowl at the arena with protective glass on each side of it. But Trump's presence inside Madison Square Garden was not necessarily a welcome one. After passing several protests on the way in, he was hit with a loud chorus of boos from fans when he was first shown on screens during the national anthem. Man, do you know how whack you got to be to be the president of the United States in your own hometown? Your team, the home team, is in the NBA Finals, and they boo you when you walk through the door with who don't know who this chick is right here, but I don't know, she's probably from Epstein Island or something. But anyway, yeah. And you get booed. Look at it. And bright stars through the perilous fights. Booed in his own hometown. Trump is now officially the first sitting U.S. president to attend the NBA Finals game. He's attended several notable sporting events in the past, including college football playoffs, championship game earlier this year in Miami, and a session at the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black last fall. He revealed earlier this month that he was invited by the Knicks owners James Dolan to attend. That's who the people need to be getting at, the owner. And I said that earlier. I said I think he have a relationship with the owner. Yeah, the people need to get at the owner. They should punish the owner. After this year, walk out. Don't renew season passes. Boycott. Hit them in the pockets. When you're going up against giants like that, the only thing they understand is money. You got to hit them in the pocket. Trump also attended several UFC fights throughout his time in and out of office. He is planning to host UFC Freedom 250 on the South Lawn of the White House on Sunday, too, and what would be a historic first, though a lawsuit was filed this weekend in an effort to stop it from happening. Trump's presence at the game and the strong reaction from fans in the arena comes amid what's been a turbulent stretch for him. His approval ratings held around 35% in the latest Reuters Ipsos poll, which is near the lowest levels of his political career. What else you got? So nobody likes this dude. His presence came with increased security both in and around Madison Square Garden on Monday. There were perimeter fences set up around the arena and long lines to get into the building, even as early as Monday morning, which led to headaches for arena staffers and even players. Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox said accessing the arena was like getting screened by Tisa. I say Tisa, but that's TSA. I say Tisa because so my kids went to this school, the International School of Azerbaijan, and they call it, the acronym is TISA, but it's TISA. Anyway, fans were also encouraged to show up at least 2 hours before tip, and a strict no-bag policy was put in place. The traditional watch party outside of Madison Square Garden was canceled as a result, too, though Mayor Zoran Mandani put together a free event nearby. So this is supposed to be about the fans who have waited, what's it been, like 30, 40-something years since New York has won a championship. Let me see, have they won a championship? Let me double check that. I think they did win a championship like way back when the league first started. Yeah, they won a couple, I think. Okay, yes, the New York Knicks won 2 NBA championships in franchise history, 70 and 73. Ooh, that's a long time right there. That is a long, that's 30. that's a long time. That's 56 years and 53 years. So they hadn't won in 53 years, haven't won a championship. It's a long time. And then he do this to the fans. Just selfish, man. Selfish for no reason. Texans escalade. How you gonna tell me where he gonna get booed? Texas is a state. It ain't a city. So it depends on where he go in Texas will determine whether he get booed or not. And if he come to Houston, I can guarantee you his ass get booed. What's up, China Carter? Grand National 1. What's up? What's up, DD? Okay, fam. So I'm gonna check this out. But anyway, I'm gonna finish checking out this game, fam. But I just wanted to jump on here and update y'all real quickly and just let y'all know it happened just like we thought it would. He went up there and got himself booed, smooth out of the arena. But that's Donald Trump for you. First class loser. Anyway, fam, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.